The tariff war just got real. Let's keep a level head before it wrecks your shipments. What every manufacturer needs to know today and to start working on this week. I'm Jack Jackson. I owned and ran a 34-year-old manufacturing company, and these tariffs is what did to me. Ended up me having to sell my company, as everybody knows. This is episode number 47. I thought we'd get through the summer without me having to come on, but too much has happened in the last week or so. And we got 4 important steps for you to think about before you get caught up in the mainstream media news. So let's go. What if you ran a manufacturing business and that ships anything across the border? The last 5 days has been changed your week, maybe your quarter. If you can give me 5 minutes of your day to walk through exactly what happened, what it means, and for your shipments, and why manufacturers who panic right now are going to hurt themselves worse than the tariffs will. So let's go. What happened? Well, on July 24th, Section 301 forced labor 10% tariff came in. Based on the findings, Canada failed to prevent forced labor imports. CUSMA originating goods are still excluded from this one, so we're safe for now, but expect that in the future. On August 19, Section 338 came upon us, 50% tariff. No CUSMA exemption. Hits manufactured, industrial, and consumer goods broadly. This was the one that should have your attention. Then August 19th to 21st, 3 days of talks in Washington after Trump imposed a 50% tariff on a number of items. The negotiations collapsed. Prime Minister Carney calls the U.S. last-minute changes unfair and uneconomic. It says, we're at war. We got attacked. On August 22nd, U.S. deadline expires and the tariffs took effect. $20 billion of Canadian exports now facing 50% duty. Electronics, industrial machinery, dairy, steel, lumber, autos. We've already went through some of our clients last night, detailing what they've been purchasing and how it affects them, and we got to get a plan going. Then the Canadian government came out yesterday afternoon with a counter tariff list. Dollar for dollar, rate for rate. 15%, 25%, 50%, U.S. steel, dairy, appliances, agriculture equipment, pulp, paper, electronics, it goes on. Yeah, you need to know your HS codes to drop it into the Canada.ca website and figure out if you're going to be hit with these tariffs coming in, if you're a manufacturer or a retailer. I don't want to go into some of the mainstream media discussion. This is just deal with the facts. So, why is the first reaction dangerous if you take the emotion? Well, I've watched this movie before, literally. I ran the manufacturing business through the last round of this, and the tariffs didn't kill the company. The panic is what did the damage, and we end up selling. Here's what the panic looks like on the shop floor today. You have to rip up supplier contracts before you read them. Telling your broker just figure it out with no documentation, which we tried and ended up with lots and lots of invoices and no help. Eating the duty bills, tariff bills, surtax bills, MFN rate bills. We didn't know what was coming on. We didn't check on anything, and they just kept coming, and we just kept paying, not knowing how much this is affecting our profitability, obviously. And then quoting customers new prices based on rumors instead of the actual tariff schedule that applies to your HS code, because applying HS codes is not a science. It's more of a process thought between opinions. So you can get caught in the wrong opinion of this. Every one of these decisions are reversible right now this week, but before you've made them, none of them are reversible once you have. So the manufacturers that got wrecked in this tariff aren't the ones that are the most exposure. They're the ones who reacted the fastest with the least information. So what do we do this week? Well, there's 4 items on the checklist revealed at one time here. So let's do the actual to-do list. 1, know which tariff applies to which product. The July 24th forced labor excludes CUSMA, so don't even worry about it. If you're CUSMA compliant, you don't have to worry. The August 19th tariff does not. That distinction alone is the difference between 0 and 50% on the same shipment, depending how your paperwork's done. Number 2, pull all your certificates of origin and your bill of materials before you need them, not when the shipment starts going through the border or, even worse, gets held. If CUSMA exemption is no longer applies to a product line, that changes your landed cost math today. So get ahead of it. Going into the U.S., today's already effective. Coming into Canada, September 8th is supposed to be the day, so, which is number 3. Mark September 8th on your calendar now. If you import American steel, dairy, appliances, agriculture equipment, pulp and paper, or electronics, the retaliatory tariffs could land on you, not just your U.S. customers. So obviously, if you're taking it into Canada, producing and developing something and then sending it back, there could be issues. And 4, don't negotiate with your broker or your customers off a headline. Get the actual tariff schedule from your HS code in writing before you even make a single pricing or sourcing decision, and that's what we've been doing with our clients. Going through each item on their invoices, item by item, HS code, comparing to what's on the actual fact, and then deciding on what we need to do next. So none of them do all these 4. None of them does require a law degree by any means, and all of them require you to slow down just for one afternoon instead of reacting for 1 week. Excuse me. This is a trade between 2 governments, and it does not have to become a crisis in your business, but only if you treat it like the documentation problem it actually is. It's not a real five-alarm fire here. Just be patient, look at everything and document it, and everything will get sorted out, and then you can make a rational decision, not an emotional one. So, thanks for watching. I know we weren't supposed to be back until after Labor Day, but this just came up too fast. It's August 26th today, and we'll be back. Our Q&A episodes have been going on all summer, and they continue as well. So have a good day. Get a hold of me if you need. We can help you out on all the list of things that we just talked about. Jack Jackson, Manufacturer Daily. We'll see you in the next one.